Do you guys know what's going on right now with Jandel? Because what is that? This is awful. Roblox developer Jandel exposed Grow a Garden drama. Let's see. Warning, in compliance with YouTubers' child safety community guidelines, this video is intended for more mature audiences and this video has been marked not made for kids in the YouTube studio. Okay, and don't stop. Okay, if you're under the age of 13, please do not watch this video. Wait, some bad words? Please be family friendly, Parallel, please. What we got right there?
So recently, the current owner of the extremely popular Roblox game called Grow a Garden named Jandel has been finding themselves in growing controversy after people have been digging into his past actions and have found out some rather concerning behavior. People have been recently criticizing Jandel over the past few months for attempting to defend the ex-owner of Grow a Garden named Adrian, who was exposed for false DMCAing people, getting people falsely banned off of Roblox, and even threatening to dox people they had a vendetta against. For some reason, however, not only does Jandel continue to allow Adrian to get 50% of all revenue from Grow a Garden, meaning he probably gets hundreds of thousands of dollars, but Jandel was also using him being a as an excuse to belittle and justify his past actions, which have angered many people. Others even claim that Jandel is a money-hungry person.
We all as a kid was doing weird stuff, so yeah, if he's not doing that right now anymore, it's all fine, right? Like, if he's not doing it anymore, like, bro, why are you fake DMCA striking? Like, don't do that.
Who's the sole reason for why the once extremely popular Roblox game called The Dusty Trip slowly died after it became increasingly pay to win. Not only do many people blame Jandel directly, but they are also seen criticizing...
Is that the drama about... Oh, sorry, bossing girls, for a burp. She's gonna, like, ruin the game? Is that what's going on right now?
Him for then selling the game to two big studios, which immediately killed the game right after. Other people also highlight how Jandel makes false promises about never buying Roblox games again, such as when he stated this in October of 2024, only to break this statement and continue nonetheless. So today we'll cover...
Don't know that Jandel actually purchased, apparently, the game from the original developer BMW Lux, yeah. So he purchased it and now he's the owner.
The entire situation surrounding Jandel and why more people are criticizing him and turning against him. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys agree that Adrian's actions were disgusting, and make sure to watch until the end because there's a lot to discuss, so let's get into it. Now, the first extremely large situation to cover is how Jandel was basically seen defending and belittling the actions of an extremely malicious individual named Adrian. Now, Adrian, also known as BMW, was the original creator of Grow a Garden, and they were exposed back in May of 2025, only a couple months ago, for a slew of extremely disgusting, aggressive, and narcissistic actions. The original person who exposed Adrian showed proof that they used to collaborate with him on a Roblox game, until, according to Joshua himself, it started garnering a large amount of players, resulting in Adrian backstabbing him as soon as the game got popular, removing him from the group and taking all the...
I think I heard about this before.
...money for himself. Joshua also provides screenshots of the Roblox group containing the role Josh with no one in it, proving that it was once his role. Adrian was then seen claiming that he knew Joshua's personal information and used this to blackmail and intimidate him to prevent him from coming out about the situation. Adrian was also seen on Discord then threatening to leak pictures of Joshua's house, putting his family in potential danger. Adrian was even seen further stating he knew Joshua's family's name and once again affirming he knows where they live.
I mean, at the end of the day, everyone can have a different opinion on it, so yeah. We, for example, could think it's bad, but Jandel, for example, could think it was a mistake, and if he's not doing this anymore, it's fine for Jandel. That's why he's defending. I don't know. Like, let's go. I need more details.
Malicious person I need more details. Over his past associates and other game partners. He's stolen people's games, leaked people's games to get revenge on them, and even bragged about it.
Okay, that's actually awful stuff.
Shows no remorse and does not compensate them. And if this couldn't get any worse, Adrian was also on record posting content in groups he owned on an alternate account, which he gave ownership access to. Then after this, he would then give the ownership of these groups to people he didn't like to basically set them up. These decals and images would then be reported after Adrian leaves the group on his main account, causing his target to get banned, basically for being associated with this group. I mean, this guy has so many victims who came out about
Can we live at least one day without any Roblox drama?
Am I asking for a lot? Features on Roblox, which he likes to take advantage of to suppress those he dislikes. Now, Now, despite this all, Jandel was actually seen attempting to belittle and brush off Adrian's actions. He was seen
with
stating
Roblox
that he
now
liked
this.
Adrian
Oh,
despite
come
their
on.
past
By the way,
drama,
#free
affirming that Adrian was a good kid and that everyone makes mistakes when they're younger, adding on that Adrian is committed to righting his wrongs. And there's so many problems with this horrible take. First of all, these weren't little mistakes. It was a carefully calibrated and malicious pattern of behavior that Adrian partook in to screw associates and anyone he didn't like over. He sent false DMCAs, backstabbed people he was working with for his own benefit, and even threatened his victims with their docs information. People even brought up how many years Adrian engaged in this behavior too. From like 2022 to 2024. It was clear since the beginning that these weren't mistakes. It was a deliberate, multi-year long pattern of behavior. And 2, Adrian never rectified his past mistakes. He never compensated Joshua for the loss in revenue, and instead to this day, Adrian sits high and mighty as his game racks in millions upon millions of dollars per month. He has not even made a single public apology or reached out to any of the people who openly provide evidence of what he did to them.
Oh, come on, dude.
Also free, most
Say
importantly,
sorry and apologize. Say sorry and apologize.
As egregious as this. Accountability at bare minimum needs to be taken, and brushing off extremely malicious behavior like this with the "oh, they were a at the time" excuse sets a bad precedent in the future that others can engage in similar actions and get away with it unscathed. This type of conduct needs to be very
everyone was making sometimes mistakes during their childhood, but you know, there are some things that you should just, you know, if you did that, even if you was a child, just say sorry, apologize, and yeah, just say you're not gonna be doing it anymore. Like you just gotta understand that some things you just can't
criticized to mitigate more potential bad actors in the future, like Adrian from emerging. Jandel was even seen stating that Adrian was on a redemption arc, despite Adrian not publicly apologizing for anything he did whatsoever, and Jandel even states he believes that Adrian is committed to being a bigger figure in the community. Like, no thank you, you've already caused enough harm, mate. Now, it's pretty obvious for why Jandel is most likely going on damage control for Adrian, and that is most likely because of course the agreement set up between them. Adrian gets about 50% of the revenue from Grow a Garden, which is an insurmountable amount of money, and Jandel himself also has a large stake in the game, of course. They are business partners, and that requires some form of communication and good relations between the two. Hence why Jandel has now lowered his morals so badly to the point where he associates and now defends a horrible person like Adrian. As other users have put it, it's because it's all about the money. Now, another situation that has caused Jandel to receive a lot of backlash is his behavior of purchasing and acquiring Roblox games. In October of 2024, he was seen stating on Twitter that he would...
that just kinda yapping right there. If he wants to purchase a Roblox game, he can.
Entirely stop acquiring Roblox games because he wanted to prove to everyone that he could make a front page game himself,
to do that, to steal the game to him.
The entire subgenre of game purchasing has become slimy and toxic.
I know all of those
However, despite stating this, Jandel would go on to directly break his own promise
because
after he purchased a large stake
every time
in
ruining the game with pay-to-win stuff. But
yeah, to work with someone who threatens people with their docs information while also
we can't do anything about it.
We can't do anything. One of the most controversial and hated game companies on the entirety of the Roblox platform. So not only is he collaborating with the likes of two big studios, but he's also collaborating with Adrian. Now, the main source of anger and controversy against Jandel in terms of him purchasing games stems from the game A Dusty Trip. Essentially, the Roblox game A Dusty Trip was created by a non-English speaking 15-year-old game developer who was inspired from the Steam game Long Drive. Essentially, the game was getting increasingly popular, causing Jandel to be interested, and then paying the owner $20,000 worth of Robux in exchange for full ownership of the game. What ended up happening shortly after was that the developer got banned before he could even cash out this large sum of Robux, so they basically ended up getting nothing due to this unfortunate circumstance.
Bro, family friendly for everyone. Family friendly the best. Yeah, family friendly place for me. Family friendly place to be. Family friendly for everyone. Family friendly the best. Yeah, keep it family friendly. I think he censored it, but yeah, I heard that a bit. Maybe, but
now,
yeah,
as soon as Jandel assumed control,
even
he
if there's a censor, like, you know, you can always like
which would
kind
end
of
up
hear the
costing
bubbles.
hundreds, if not thousands, of Robux to purchase, angering many users who now claim that the game was getting increasingly paid to win as soon as Jandel assumed ownership.
Well, yeah,
Jandel then attempted to salvaged the situation by adding a free-to-use car, followed by a larger update regarding airplanes. But at that point, the damage was already done, and the player base became disillusioned with Jandel. So what ended up happening was that Jandel gave the game to Do Big Studios, who completely ruined the game, and it ended up dying inundated with pay-to-win features. To this day, many people directly blame Jandel for killing off a Dusty Trip, and speculate how his ties with Do Big Studios will mean that Grow a Garden will go down the exact same path of being increasingly pay-to-win. And I mean, looking at Grow a Garden as of currently, there's already tons of microtransactions in it, so
yeah,
it
but there's also like a lot
of
free to
very quickly. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think Jandel is a horrible or irredeemable person, and I don't
exactly. I think he's a good
guy.
He
had good intentions.
Like, I feel like people just like pumping up not important drama. Like, the one thing I agree that is bad is that this Adrian guy, so BMW Lux guy, that was doing those weird stuff. So that's bad. He should say sorry, apologize. But yeah, Jandel, I think it's like innocent right there, and he's cool. He's maybe should say like, hey dude, say sorry. Maybe he was talking to him. He should say sorry. We don't know that. Apparently there are business partners, like 50-50 earnings from Grow a Garden. Maybe John was talking about him to that. Maybe he even is mad about him, but he's talking about him in a good way because, you know, public business relations. Maybe because of that, like, we don't know the inside
over a Dusty Trip.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Really cannot deny the fact that he slams pay-to-win items in these games consistently. Grow a Garden currently is literally inundated my boy
right
and
there.
As with Adrian, Jandel's defense of Adrian.
Bro, I was thinking he just did something horrible and people found out about that.
Is reasonably criticizable.
Oh my
since
God,
Adrian has showed no proof whatsoever that he's actually changed, and he hasn't even issued any apologies for his actions.
Anyway, for clarification as this video ends, this video is not intended for hate, harassment, or cyberbullying whatsoever. This video is instead intended for educational and informative purposes only, going over the entire situation as a whole in a documentary-style context. I'd also like to clarify that this video is intended for more mature audiences as well, as more mature themes are actively being discussed. So viewer discretion is of course advised. All necessary content has been sufficiently blurred, and this video complies with all of YouTube's community guidelines. And with that all being said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and comment your opinions down below about this situation, and join my Discord server to get any updates. My Discord server is discord.gg/Paolo. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.
Okay, that was a good video. Never thought Jandel would be in drama. Yeah, like at this point, every single week we're getting another drama. I do not hate Jandel, but some things he did is criticizable. Yeah, he should convince this Adrian guy to say sorry, apologize. Also, the original developer of a Dusty Trip is girl, right? So she. So if she actually lose her account before paying out the money, Jandel should also, like, he's a millionaire right now, so he easily could like reach to this developer and just pay the money. Maybe he did that, but he was not talking about this publicly. I don't know. I'm actually hoping there's not going to be any more drama soon. Cheers, boys and girls, for that. Hopefully that's not gonna happen. Yeah, for better days for Roblox. I want peace, kindness, and only good, positive vibrations. Anyways, that was the video. So let me know your thoughts, and yeah, see you guys next time.